Hello everybody and welcome back to Factory Town. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and hopefully complete the level like we were going to do last episode, but I didn't realize just how much more stuff we had left to go. But now we should be good to go ahead and complete this. We just need to go ahead and start building those things, which should only take a few minutes here, and then we just need this train to make this lap over and over again, and slowly but surely we will go ahead and complete the potions as well. But I want to go ahead and check on our train and make sure that we actually have fuel and water going into it. So I think I did the fuel and water correct on that little stop back there because it's almost full on both things. Does it also have stuff? Oh, let me pause it. Does it also have stuff in the containers back here? It does not. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it didn't have any water or any logs back there. That's pretty good for us. So let us go ahead and throw down another one over here, I guess. We can go ahead and plop it right here. We can go ahead and do one of the little crates, and we can do another one of the wells to go ahead and start fueling up this thing as well on this side. So we need it right on the thing. We also need one of the wells right here as well. So something like that should work. I think that's fine. And it automatically does the thing itself. Great. Let's go ahead and throw one of the fuel loaders here. And we can go ahead and do like that. Although it's not going to grab any fuel this time around because it already passed that point. But I think we should have enough fuel on this thing to make it back to the other fuel loader at least. It'll go ahead and fuel up again and then fill up on the way back out anyways. We can also go ahead and actually cut the train tracks right here because we don't need it going back over in this area because we don't have anything there anymore for it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the train tracks right about there. And then if we go ahead and lay down some new ones to go ahead and loop it back around and go the other way that it just came from. So, oh, that's a conveyor belt. That's not the right one. We need the wooden rail. There it is. Let's go ahead and have this hooking to the left. And can we have it doing that? We can indeed. Okay, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to do that over on the other area. But let's go to about there. And then can we do that and then have it go that way? We can indeed. It looks like good. And our train has enough fuel. Okay, so it doesn't really seem to chew through the fuel all that quick. So we don't really need too many of these things every now and again, but what we have down is good. It also didn't fuel up the train, right? The thing is at 20. Oh, it's at 20 out of 20. I guess it did fuel up. Okay, well, we have the potions squared away. Those will go ahead and start working toward each other. Let me go ahead and set up some of the machine shops so that we can go ahead and start generating the conveyors and the wheels, which I think we make over here, right? Oh, no. We do make them in the machine shop, but we have the reinforced planks being made over there. That's what we needed, so we can go ahead and place down the machine shop. Here we go. So let's go ahead and take this, and we will go ahead and actually plop that over. Let's go over here, I guess. We can just run a pathway over to it. That's no big deal. So we need this guy making the metal wheels, the iron wheel, that's all we need from you. And we also need the metal rail, which is also, do we have the tracks for that? We do have the tracks for that, so I'll just bring those over. And now all we need this thing to do is bring the metal over here and the wooden rails to it, and that's going to go ahead and start generating those things for us, and that'll go ahead and complete that tech level as well, so we can unlock the jewelry thing, I believe is what we need next for that. So let's throw down a couple wagons. We can also make the big wagons, which might come in handy. I'm going to use one of the big wagons to grab the rails. Is it going to be smart enough to grab only the rails from this? I don't think it will. I'm going to set it to that, have it grabbing those from the main hub here, and then bringing it back over to this thing like so. And then we'll just go ahead and use the little wagons to go ahead and take the finished product from this and take it back to the warehouse. So this guy is going to be taking the metal rails and taking the other ones as well, the metal wheels as well. So we need that coming out of here. We need those being produced. We need those getting grabbed and then dropped off over here. And then we need, let's use another wagon. We're going to use this to go ahead and grab the iron from the building and bring it over to this place. So we need iron, boom, grabbing from here and dropping it off over in there. That's great. We can also make nails in this building. So is it cheaper to do that like that? Not really. It's 1 iron per nail. And if we make it in the machine shop, we make... Oh, I guess it is kind of cheaper. We make 1 iron ingot into 2 nails, which isn't actually cheaper at all because we need 2 irons to make 1 ingot, and so we're basically just saving the manufacturing time, I guess, to turn it into nails, which I don't really mind right now. It's not really that big of an issue. So now that that's set up, we're going to start generating those 2 things, which we are already. Let's go ahead and crank up the workers on here. We have the workers to spare. Can we put more in there? We cannot. So yeah, let me just crank this up to 5 people then. And that'll go ahead and start making stuff. We need the iron coming into it, which we don't really have at the moment for some reason. Maybe we can actually get away with throwing another wagon on here too, just to go ahead and bring more iron from the building over to this place. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to put one of the big caravans on it because then that'll go ahead and keep this thing empty consistently. And I don't really want to cause any like backups on other buildings that need the iron. So we're going to go ahead and just throw 2 of those wagons on it. It should be fine. I need to figure out if I set this train up the right way at all, because we have the little light sticks, I believe, is what this thing should be producing, but we don't have any in there right now because we need the green potions coming back. Is this guy not grabbing green potions? Maybe because these things are minecarts, but they're connected to a train. They count as a train because it drove right past us and it didn't grab any of it. So let me go ahead and toggle the rail loader and see if that's what we need to go ahead and do. This thing should be set the right way as well, I believe. Yeah, this thing is set to fuel the train. This thing is set to fuel the train and minecarts. So maybe we need to go ahead and toggle that over in the little thing over here. So let me go ahead and set that over to that. We can go ahead and set this one to go ahead and unload on the trains as well. So just in case it doesn't register the minecart. I think we also need to set the water thing over here to that as well. Maybe not. They both look fine. I think that's right. Now that we have those things set, let's see if it actually loads up on the red stuff, which I think it did. It didn't. Or did it? Yeah, it still didn't load anything from the potions here. Is there a filter set on these things already? Oh, we can't carry the potions in there. It's not even an option to carry that in the minecart here. Well, that's my bad. I didn't realize that that wasn't an option to carry them on here. Can we carry them in the wooden minecart? Is it going to show us what it can and can't carry? No, it is not. Okay, so then this whole line is not going to do anything until we unlock the train thing that lets us throw like the boxcar things on it. This thing here, the rail freight cars, maybe is what we need to go ahead and carry the potions. And we don't get that unlocked until we hit tech level 5, and I have no idea what we're going to need for that to be researched. So for the time being, let me just let this thing run for a minute until we complete this, because once we're done with the rails and the wagon wheel things, we will go ahead and hit tech level 5, and then we can hopefully just buy our way into the train stuff, because we have a bunch of points backlogged at the moment. So hopefully that's the case. I'm going to let this stuff run, and hopefully we get there in a minute. So we finally completed that tech level. Let's go ahead and turn it in. I've also started the production of the metal conveyors, because they're just made in this building as well. So let's go ahead and turn in the tech level 4, or I guess tech level 5 that was, and we're working currently on tech level 6. So now we have the jewelry thing available for research. We also have the harvest drill, which I don't know what we use that for. We might need that to mine the gold. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and see what we need for the jewelry stuff. That's the wrong menu. We need to go into research and let's see. So we need 200 of the trees and 500 signs, which we have enough of both of those. This is how we get the gold. Let's go ahead and unlock that. I think that is the last main one we need, because now we need to go ahead and get the train thing if we want to run it like that. We can actually run, if we wanted to, we can run the big caravans. It'll still get done. It'll just take a little while because they have to go all the way over here and then all the way back and then all the way up here, which I think might be a lot cheaper than trying to research into the trains and trying to go that route, because we still need to research the steam engine, which is going to be the steam power stuff, which is 50 and 500. Okay, and then it doesn't tell me how much this is going to cost. So you know what? Instead of doing the train thing, I'm just going to go ahead and throw caravans on there, because we have the caravans unlocked, and we should, I think, only need 3 of these. unless my math is wrong, because this thing's going to carry a bunch of the red ones. We can have another one bringing all the green ones back over here. What actually needs to come here? Yeah, the green ones need to come here. We need to start bringing metal over here to go ahead and start producing the ward things, the little torch looking things. So really quickly, I think what I'm going to do is plop down some chests, because that's how we're going to go ahead and just store stuff. So we have the green one over here. I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this a little bit. I'm pretty sure the wagon can't go over the train track or the conveyor belt here, so we're going to have to build the thing over that. But we're going to go ahead and have the conveyor belt here. Let me grab one of my conveyor belts over here, and we're going to have this one feeding the green things in. We'll have another one next to that feeding in the iron that we need to be bringing over here. We can go ahead and plop some chests down next to this thing. We're pretty much doing the same thing we just did on the other one, and that way we'll have one caravan dropping off here, one caravan dropping off there, and that's all this one needs to do. We're going to be grabbing the green, and then let's see, we're also going to need a third one actually, because we're going to be producing the torches, and we need the torches being brought over to the other building. So we'll have this one going out of the building and going into another one of our chests here, so that can go there. We're going to have this thing only pulling out the little ward torch looking things. That's fine. And now if we go ahead and spawn in 3 of our caravans, which we should have enough stuff to do it. Yeah, we have a lot of these things, so we should be able to do 3 of these. So let's do that. We're going to have this guy only grabbing the wards. Where are those going to be in the listing here? There we go. Okay, so we're going to have them grab this and take it. Oh, you know what? We don't have the chest and stuff down over there. Oh, you know what? We probably don't need it, actually. You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a chest down over there as well, because I don't want this thing to make a trip over there if the building is full and then have to come all the way back over here just because it can't drop off its stuff. So what we can do is set up the other ones. This one can go ahead and grab metal from our metal depot thing that we have making metal right now. And then this one can go ahead and grab the green potions from the other building thing over there. So let's grab those, and then we can go over here, and we're going to have it just grabbing from this chest and bringing it all the way back over here, and we can have it dropping off there. Right now it doesn't have a pathway, which is correct. So what if... I think we have enough lumber and stuff to do this. What if we just go a little crazy here and we just build a pathway up over the top of the mountain? Something like this should work. Or I can't drag and drop this stuff. Okay, so I gotta build this thing out really quick. We should have more than enough planks to go ahead and do this, so I'm not too worried about it. You know what? Complete change of plans here. This is gonna be a lot of lumber to go ahead and get there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, because all of these are on the coast, right? We have a thing right next to the coast. We also have this one kind of close to the coast. We can go ahead and just have a cart over there. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is delete this track so the train doesn't come over here anymore. We don't need the train anymore. I don't really care what it does. We don't need it. So let's go ahead and clear this stuff out a little bit. We are going to go ahead and delete these boxes and delete these wagons as well, I believe. So what we're going to go ahead and do instead is have the boats doing the delivery. We have the boats unlocked. I don't know how much of the stuff these things can carry in one go. I don't think I've used them too much here before, but we're going to do pretty much the same thing again. We're going to have crates here. We're going to have conveyor belts coming out of this building and dropping the stuff off and pulling the stuff out of these chests that they need to be pulling. So it's pretty simple what we're going to do here, and we should have enough conveyors for it, I hope. But we're going to have this coming out and going over and then into the chest. That's pretty much all we need. So we need 1 exit and 2 inputs. So let's go ahead and... Oops, that's the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and do this and drag that on up. Have that go on over and into the building. Oops, into the building. There we go. Same thing with this chest over here. We can go a little further and pull back and go on into the delivery point here like that. And then we're going to need another one, right? Because we have to bring the green stuff. We need to bring the iron. We need to go ahead and extract the torch things. And we're also going to be delivering the red stuff to another building as well. So we can go ahead and place down something like that. We need to run another one of the crates out here to go ahead and pick up the red ones. Something like that should work. And then all we need to do is throw down the boats now, and then that'll go ahead and start taking things around the map. So let me go ahead and get some iron being produced produced over here and dragged over to the coastline. I don't think we really need any more metal being used in anything else. Are we done with this thing? We are 9 conveyors out from being done with it. So once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and stop the production of the books and the production of the stuff over here. And we're just going to go ahead and have the metal go over to the coast and get picked up from a boat and then take it over to that place as well. So let's go over to this one here. We don't need the train track stuff anymore. We stopped our trains, so let's go ahead and clear all this. And over here on the green one, we just went ahead and had pathways. I'm just going to throw down wagons because we are pretty low on conveyor belts. I feel like we're not going to have enough if we set it up like that over here as well. So for right now, we just have the green one going over here and dropping off the green potions in the box. We need to go ahead and spawn in one of the little boat workers, and we can have this guy taking the green potions. And then we are going to have this guy going all along the coastline here, all the way back over to this one here. So for right now, I don't think it really matters which one of these I put it in because both of these are set to be extracting from the chest. As long as we don't double up on it, we should be good. So then we need this one over here that's getting the red potions to go ahead and take these all the way back to where the green one is. So let's grab these as well. And then we are going to drop those off in either one of these chests as well. They're not automated. We just need to go ahead and have a wagon grabbing and dropping. So we can go ahead and do that as well. Let's go ahead and have this guy set to red potions. We can have him grabbing and dropping off in the building. And that should be most of that automated for right now. We also need the milk being generated over here as well. So let's clear a little bit more of the train tracks. And we're probably going to plant a little bit more of the wheat because we're going to need a lot of that. We also ranked up the thing here, so let's go ahead and toggle that. And that's tech level 6 done. So now we got to research something civilization 3 or whatever that just said. But we can go ahead and put the pasture pretty close to this building. We don't really need it that far away. We just need it making milk and dumping it in the building. So we will go ahead and plop it right there. We can go ahead and clear this chest and the conveyor because we don't need that stuff there anymore. We also need the food mill, which I forgot about. So let me place that in between these two buildings. So that can go here. And then let's see, we need you making the grain or the animal feed. There we go. And then we can just go ahead and shoot the stuff into these buildings. So let me actually get this going straight like that. And that's making sugar, or that's putting sugar into this. Oops. I don't want that. Oh, you know why? Because we didn't have grain growing here. I thought I had grain growing here. I forgot what we had growing. Okay, my bad. Let's go ahead and fix that. We can go ahead and place down some more farmland, and then we can just go ahead and fill in a bunch of this area with the wheat. So let's do this, and then we got that much over to there, and that should be more than enough wheat to grow in. All right, there we go. Now we have the wheat going into the food mill, and that's going to go ahead and produce the animal feed, and we can go ahead and just have that shoot back into the pasture here. And then we are going to go ahead and need this just to be producing milk. I don't need anything else. We need to hook it up to a well as well to go ahead and get the water being generated. And then I think we might be able to go ahead and just shoot it into the building like that. I'm not too sure here. No, we can't. Okay, we can go ahead and conveyor it. That should be fine. And it is indeed. Okay, so we can go ahead and connect this to the water we have down already, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and do that. So where are my pipes at? There we go. We can just run it right down and connect into the building, and that should be the farm and all that stuff squared away. We should have milk going into this building in any minute, and eventually we should have the red potions coming back to this building. Did I not set that in motion? I did, but it's not finding its path. So we need you to pick up and then boat on over to this thing. I don't know why you're not doing that. The other boat is not having an issue, is it? We sent the green one. Yeah, the green one's doing it. The red one is just not having it. I don't know why. The green one's doing it no problem. Is that not in the water? It's as much in the water as the other ones. I don't know why it's not doing that. Okay, strange. What if I have you move away from there? Can you then find your way over to this box? It doesn't seem to want to do that. It just can't seem to find its own route, which isn't great for us. I was trying to not have to run a bunch of conveyors and stuff. The green one, yeah, look at the green one. He just dropped off and it's going right back. Can I have my red boat go to the right? Yeah, the red boat's doing the right side, no problem. Just like the green boat just did. Weird. Is there not a pathway all the way around this way? Is that what's happening? Does it get blocked off at somewhere that I'm not seeing? Nope, it doesn't get blocked off because that's the same route the green one takes. So I don't know why it's not going. Just go. I guess we have to do this one manually, which isn't that big of an issue. We just have to make this trip 50 times apparently, or 25 times. I don't know how much this thing carries. Let me see. What do you carry, buddy? It carries 10 items, and we're going to need all 100 items that the red potions created to go ahead and turn these into the yellows. So we need to do this trip 10 times. So it's not going to be that big of an issue, but we still need to go ahead and bring it all over here. So can I just click here? Is it going to sail over there? It is going to sail over there, but it won't go to the box for some reason. There we go. I scooted the box out by 1, and now it can go ahead and interact with it. So I'm not sure why that was happening. Maybe the water is too shallow or something, and it couldn't actually get there. I'm not too sure. Okay, so I just set up the last couple boats that we needed, and I believe we can go ahead and stop this building. We don't need any more of that stuff going in there. We can go ahead and destroy the splitter as well. We're gonna start taking the metal and dropping it off elsewhere. So let's break this thing so that we don't have water going or iron going there anymore. We can destroy all these workers because I only set them in motion because I was waiting for our lumber mill to the right of us to start producing lumber, and that's already in motion. So we don't need it anymore. And now we can go ahead and have the metal being taken from this. And where is it going? It needs to go back to this guy here, right? Which I think what we'll end up doing is putting a crate right here. So we can delete this guy. This doesn't need to be here anymore. This building can go ahead and get as well. We can delete some of this stuff and just drop the conveyor down a little bit. And then that can go ahead and terminate into a crate. And then we can have a caravan or something taking the stuff from here and taking it to the shoreline, and we'll just have a boat taking it in between the two things here. So something like that should work. We can add in the whatchamacallit back over here so that we can go ahead and start pulling from the building again. So that should work. We need one of the, oops, that's the splitter. We need the grabber over here. We need you taking the metal out of this. Thank you. And then we just need to go ahead and get the caravan down. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and place down the thing that we wanted at. So let's go ahead and try and cut down on the travel time of the boat. And hopefully this helps us. So we're going to go ahead and just cut right across here, and right over here somewhere we can just go ahead and go out into the water and have our pathway connecting to it. Something like that should work. We can drag this back over here, connect this over to that one, like so. Then we need one more chest, and then we can go ahead and throw down the caravan and the boat. So let's spawn in the caravan. The only thing you're grabbing is going to be iron. There's no way of you picking anything else up, so I'm not worried about setting a filter. And the same thing with this guy. This guy is only going to be interacting with metal, but just in case for some reason I messed up on the crates over here and he gets something else that he doesn't need, then we'll deal with it later. But this can go here, and that right there should be all of the things in motion. And now we should just have to wait for the potions to finish, I believe. Unless, oh, you know what? Nope. One more thing here. We need to go ahead and set the gold up. So the gold should be in motion already because we have this building down. We should be able to go ahead and set the gold to be smelted, which we can. And then if we wanted to, we can go ahead and place down one of the mine buildings if we have enough stuff for it. If I remembered to build it, which I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't have it indeed. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and spawn in a bunch of people and have them harvesting the gold, unless we can't do that, in which case this isn't going to work. But let's see, is that going to work? It looks like it's going to work. Okay, cool. So we need those guys bringing over the gold. Let's go ahead and spawn in a few more people, and these guys can go ahead and bring the wood over to that. They are going to be making gold ingots that we can then go ahead and just conveyor belt over to the building, and that is the end of pretty much the production line here. So let's throw down one more thing here. We need a grabber there. Oh, it's not the same level as the building. Oops, that's why it's not working. Let's go ahead and throw one of those down. That should fix the issue, and we should be able to go ahead and run a conveyor belt now. There we go. And now I believe all we have left to do, that is pretty much the end of it, but all we have left to do now is just set up 2 more wagons. and we need one wagon grabbing this, dropping it off here. The other wagon can go ahead and grab from that chest and drop it off over there, and that is pretty much the end of what we need to do. Now we just need to wait a few minutes and let the stuff process through. So do we have any yellows produced yet? We do not. Do we have any of the cloaks produced yet? We do not. Okay, so we're waiting on the milk right now, which isn't going to happen anytime soon because I disabled this building. I didn't remember doing that. Oops. I totally spaced on it. I turned it off when we were producing the sugar. So now we should be good. Let me go ahead and crank these things up to as high as we can go. And now we just need to wait. And now everything should be in place to go ahead and start producing the last of what we need to go ahead and do. So this will take a few minutes and we should be done with the level. So we're about to complete the level right now once this caravan delivers the last couple torches that we need. And there we go. So I did make a couple changes here. I went ahead and put down a bunch of conveyor belts because we're using the wooden ones still. And they're pretty slow, so I just went ahead and put a bunch of them down, pulled a bunch of the gold out of this smeltery place to go ahead and go into this factory to speed that whole process up as well. I also went ahead and added 3 more boats to each one of these lines, so we have 4 little boats bringing stuff back and forth between each of these crates just to kind of speed everything up as well. So that only took us about 20 to 30 minutes here to go ahead and complete these elixirs here. But there we go. Let's go ahead and click on it to go ahead and complete the level, and that is level 4 complete, I believe. Or is this level 5? I don't remember anymore. I believe it was level 4, but that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.